Hello and welcome to this second video in the series where we are trying to sign up a Salesforce org and uploading few initial data to work with some additional use cases. Alright, so what we've seen in the first video is signing up on a brand new Salesforce org and understanding the data hierarchy where we're uploading some sample data to our Salesforce org. We also looked at the data upload approaches to Salesforce. And now what we're looking into this video is the first of the upload elements, that's uploading leads. So what you're going to look into the leads is that we'll look at first how what is the data that is created. We have used ChatGPT to create some sample data. The data is 100% not clean or relevant to the real world, but we're just working with some sample data. We'll install and configure the data loader. That will be the tool of our choice for this video series. We'll also look at some other data load options, but now for now we're looking at the data loader, and we'll use this data loader to upload some of the leads and fix any issues as we go along, right? So talking about the data, as I mentioned, we have used ChatGPT to generate 300 leads. What we've done is we've asked ChatGPT to create some leads using some famous personalities from the world of football, cricket, and tennis. As I'm also tagging an industry field to it, so I've asked them to list down some of the top companies from the automotive and FMCG sector. So this is what ChatGPT has given us. So as you can see, like what ChatGPT has done is just taken a first name and a last name and used the first name and last name combination. So AB should be De Villiers, right? So if I sort this by name, okay, so this is the right name, and ChatGPT has mixed up all the famous cricket personalities with the first name of AB, right? So this is not clean, but it gets the job done. And it also has listed some of the top companies from the automotive and FMCG sector. So one person has been working for two different companies. That's gonna happen. But we've also had some issues with some of the email addresses, because ChatGPT has taken some random email addresses and have added some uniqueness to the email addresses. Don't worry about this sheet or creating this data. I'll be uploading putting a link to this file in the video description. All right, so what next is that we'll also install and configure the data loader. So before we jump into and do the next series, we'll look into what we're trying to do here, like at high level. So we go to the URL where we will be downloading the latest data loader. This will be a zip file which will come with an install.batch file. So we run this, but before we do step 3, we wanted to have we need to have that latest GRE installed, because data loader relies on Java runtime engine to load their screens and interact with the data loader. So this is a dependency. We'll look at how we can download this for free, of course, and we'll configure the data loader to connect with our Salesforce org. All right, so that's for the theory part of it. Let's jump into the demo and see how to get the job done. Okay, let's head over to the URL. That's developer.salesforce.com/tools and data loader. We have the download link. I have just downloaded this. Let me extract the zip file and that's the install.batch command. We need to get the Java runtime engine. If we try to run this file before we have the JREs, nothing's gonna happen on your screen, right? So let's get the prerequisites installed. In order to do that, let me just go back to the user guide if you're not sure. This will list you out the preferred Java runtime engine. So doing a Google search, for download Java runtime engine, I should have a link for Azure, right? So we're not looking at JDK, that's the complete development kit. What we need is just the runtime engine. So let's go ahead and see under this section, filter down by runtime engines. Let me reset this filters and look for Windows specific runtime engines. My machine is in Windows, so let me just filter out the Windows runtime engines. Naturally a 64-bit one, but let me get the GREs. So I have this GRE in the MSI format. I prefer downloading the MSI format, so it's a straightforward installers, going back to the days of next and done. So here's the MSI for the GRE. Let me install this Java runtime engine. This is pretty straightforward, a typical next implementation. So you don't have to change any configurations. It's going to add the default path where Java runtime engine is available for the applications. Once I'm done with installing the Java runtime engine, I should be able to run the install.batch command. So if you go back to the data loader guide, the steps are outlined here. We already have that data loader installed, so our next step is to run the batch command. Let me pull it up and run the batch command. And this greets me with a few questions on the folder. Yeah, your typical choices would be yes. So that installs the the data loader. Asks for some shortcuts. Fine. I won't have it handy, so let me have the desktop shortcut. Start menu. Nah. That's your data loader. It is ready to interact with your Salesforce org. Okay, let's look at how we can upload some leads that we have created using ChatGPT. To do that, let's first load up our data loader. We'll be using the data loader method to upload all our data. Upload, update, delete, extract, all this stuff. Right. Let's go ahead and click on insert. It'll ensure that the data loader connection is authenticated with our Salesforce org. All right, we follow the steps and let's look at the lead object. And we will be selecting the file that we sent here. So what we're uploading is a bunch of leads, and we have 300 rows. If we are trying to map any related object here, but we're not, so let's move on. So the data loader has identified from the CSV file and mapped the columns from the lead object in Salesforce. So everything pretty much looks mapped, but if you want to change something, we can always go back and select the field from the lead object and map it here. But now we don't need that, so we're good. Let's move on, click next, and this will be the results where Salesforce can dump, or the data loader can dump the results. Will I go ahead? Absolutely yes. So let's see like how what are the quality of the leads that we have in the CSV file. We have 11 errors, right? Let's look into the errors. What is the issue here? All right, so we're basically having issues with some of the spaces in the last name that are not generating the right email address. That's fine, we'll fix it. We'll fix it and make sure even the 11 records are cleaned up. So let's open this. All right, so wherever we have like the last name is de Villiers, right? We're having some issue with the email being generated. So the others are good. So let's quickly fix this. One way to do this is let's just replace the spaces with no character there. So in a CSV, a quick way to do is press Ctrl H or replace, and then you're replacing basically a space. Put a space bar and then just remove everything. So space bar and no space bar in the first and second boxes will make sure that we get rid of all these spaces that were causing an issue. So let me go ahead and save this file and give a meaningful name to it, right? So be creative here. So what I say, like this fixed the errors for the lead object. So fixed errors underscore leads. So this is the file that we need to upload to make sure that we get all our leads uploaded. Let's repeat the process. This time I'll select the new file. Go ahead, click next, and this time we have 11 rows. That's what we wanted. This is an optional configuration. I'm fine. So we have an error column in the CSV file. We can leave it blank or we can map it to any field because we just got an opportunity. Let's map it to, let's say, description. Yeah, okay, what I do is just drag the description into the error row, right? Click next and then click finish. So this time we should have our 11 records inserted. Success. All right, let's go ahead. So we had 21 leads. Let me duplicate this to show the difference. 21 leads, and then it should show around 321 leads. Awesome. So using data loader, we can quickly upload our leads. So let's look at some of the leads that we have generated. All these awesome names are now our potential customers, right? So all that, sure, like okay, as part of like we replace the spaces, VP of operations is also having an issue. So make sure when we are like enhancing data, we are focused on what we want to massage and what we want to leave out, right? So this is the list of the leads that we have uploaded as part of the data load. If you are liking this video series, please help us by liking and subscribing to our channel. We'll see you on another video.